Hi guys, it's John here from Rival Tide. I'm here to talk to you today about the Star Trek video game review. I reviewed this game on the PC, full graphics etc, and I used the solo player mode, which means no second player on the co-op campaign. So I had an AI fulfillment, or fill-in, or sub, whatever you want to call him. I played as Kirk, and my AI was obviously Spock. If you don't know about this game, it's a co-op based game, so it's you and Spock, or Kirk and Spock, throughout the whole game, and you need to do loads of interacting things together to make the game kind of work, which I kind of get, and it's kind of a nice little feature, but a little bit crap at sometimes. First thing on AI. AI is bugged, majorly bugged from when you're shooting enemies and they just can't be hit, so you're shooting them face on, and it just goes through them, and they just kind of stand there, and I'm like, oh, brilliant. And then you've got your partner AI, which is either Spock or Kirk, and when you're reaching certain checkpoints, you need them there, you turn around and they're 500 metres behind you, staring at a wall, just regretting their lives. So that's my first kind of big concern with the game. They shouldn't have made it co-op. They should have made it, you could choose maybe who are the players, and then keep it as that. That's my first cut. I'm going to leave it there because AI problems are abundant with many games. So I'm just going to leave it there and go on to the next thing. The actual game itself, the story is okay. It reintroduces the Gorn, who are a major player in the original TV series franchise. Very famous alien. For those who are fans of Star Trek, you would know one about. For those who are not, just Google Gorn, you probably have seen the picture somewhere in your life. It's a very famous figurehead within the franchise, and it's good that they're introduced into the new kind of reboot. Obviously, this game is set between the two movies, the one that's released in 2009 and the one that's released in next week. So this is set between then, and it's kind of the growth of the characters, which you see nothing of. They kind of just, I mean, the voice acting is good, but they kind of just play up to their stereotypes of Kirk being arrogant and Spock being all wisdomful, and I mean, it's good having the voice acting there, but you've got to have the kind of character progression you should expect from a game that joins two movies together, so to speak. And from that, onto the actual story. Okay, as I said, introduces the Gorn, which is alright, but then we have the problem of the linear path. The fact you just get doing mission after mission after mission. There's no time to go on the Enterprise, no time to look around, have an explore. Maybe you have some submissions, you have to liaise with some kind of weird alien species that wants to join the Federation, or etc, etc. Stuff that the TV series in the past have been made out of. Most of the series in the past have been about delegation or moving a civilization to another planet, but this one is just a bog standard FPS game. I mean, the fact is, I preferred Call of Duty story to this game. That's saying something. I wanted this game badly. Star Trek, the new reboot series, is amazing in my eyes, and Chris Pine, etc., can do no wrong. They've picked up the series, obviously, and it's just been a fantastic thing so far. And I expected that from this game, but there was just nothing about it. It was just a bog standard mission after mission after mission FPS. As I said, the enemies were bugged. The story was short. It wasn't imaginative enough for me. It was just bog standard. As I said, bog standard. Destroy this, destroy that, destroy this, destroy that. Save the person, run away. That isn't Star Trek. I played Elite Force and Elite Force 2, and also Bridge Commander for the PC, and they were fairly old now, but they were great games. And I think the fact that Mass Effect has now come along and set the standard for space-based FPS role-playing games. Now with that, you've got to live up to that standard or surpass it, and Star Trek has done neither. They haven't surpassed Mass Effect, nor even came close to the fact to what it is, and that for me is really disappointing. The fact is, Mass Effect may have more funding, may have more time to develop, but Star Trek, you have so much resource, you have so many different planets, you have stuff the fans will know. You could have made this game loved by the fans, but instead you haven't. You've just created a box standard FPS, done some good voice acting, and said, here you go. Now, there should be some DLC or a free DLC pack fix which allows the player to go around the ship, or even fixes the AI and bugs, because there's a serious problem with this game, and I think you should be able to walk around the ship more. I'm not being funny, but USS Enterprise minus Deep Space Nine, Voyager, etc. is one of the most famous things about Star Trek. I mean, everyone knows about the USS Enterprise, whether they're a fan of the series or not. And I think you should introduce more missions, maybe just going around the ship. Maybe there's a problem with the warp core, or you know, there's some need to fiddle with some torpedoes or something. Like, just do it so the player has more things to do than just the generic story, which was boring. The combat got tame, just shooting with a rifle a few times, or if you have the sniper as a one-shot kill, done, and the characters aren't really challenging, even hard. So I'm really disappointed by this game overall. As I said, my reasons are there. They should introduce more of the ship, more of the actual franchise. It's good to see the Gorn back, but wasn't overall exciting. And so Rival Tide and myself are giving this a score of 5 out of 10. And that's disappointing, because I wanted to give it a 10 out of 10 until I played it. And literally, you should go back to basics, strip this game apart, and make it so it's a game where if you are Kirk, you feel the captain of the Enterprise. If you're Spock, you feel like first officer of science, whatever you want to call yourself. That's what you should feel. You shouldn't feel like I'm the captain of a ship for 2 seconds and I'm going down to the surface and then I'm just in a box standard FPS game. Some aspects were good. The anti-gravity and going through space has been okay, but then again, Dead Space 3 done the same. That's about it, really. Honestly, I'm better at reviews than this, but the fact is, there's not much to go on. If this wasn't Star Trek, it was called like Space Adventure or something crap like that, or I had another title, this game would not be bought. It wouldn't be paid for because it's not worth the money. The only reason it's worth the money is because it's called Star Trek. So, this is a message to Paramount. Fix the game, add DLC for free, because the price of £39.99 is not worth this game. This game is worth a lot less. So if you're a Star Trek fan and you haven't bought the game yet, please wait until a couple of weeks time or a few months time when it goes up in price and buy it then. It's still an okay game to have, you know, you complete it in a few hours, but you just don't pay $39.99 asking for it, because it's not worth it. So obviously, if they do release DLC, I'll keep my mouth shut, and I haven't played the co-op online mode, so if you have played that and it is better and more fun, I'm sorry, you know, please forgive me if I've insulted you anyway. I am a lover of Star Trek and the franchise, so I'm just trying to see this from a kind of video game fanatics Star Trek point of view, and also my views on my own. But if you do agree with me or disagree with me, then please comment below and tell me what you thought about the game, because I was overall very disappointed. But high points, obviously, it's a decent, it's okay story, reintroduces the Gorn, good graphics, and that's about it. So yeah, I mean, that's how it goes. I'm sorry, I'm disappointed because I was really excited for the game, but what are you gonna do? Anyway, thanks for watching. I've been John Blake. Catch us at www.mytide.net, Twitter at mytideofficial, and on Facebook /rivaltide. Also, we've got a giveaway every week. At the moment, it's the 3-month pass to Xbox Live Gold, so there'll be a link below, so get involved with that. Thanks for watching again, and I'll see you soon.